Hey, what's up, everyone? How you doing? How you doing? I want to know. Please tell me. Anyway, so this is a NakeyJakey video. I haven't watched a NakeyJakey video in a little while. There's actually a few of them I haven't seen, period, let alone did a reaction for. And I saw this one just came out, and immediately I was like, I need to watch this because I love a good 7 out of 10. I don't even care. 7 out of 10s. I'll even take a 6 out of 10 sometimes, but a 7 out of 10, a fun 8-hour 7 out of 10, sometimes it could feel better than an 8 or a 9. Like, sometimes there's 8 or 9s out there that are 9s 100%, or 8 or 8.85, whatever, or even a 10 that are long, and you're like, this is great, everything's great about it, I love everything about it, but it's still long. And then like a 7 out of 10, you know, sometimes you can get a good like 8 to 10 hour 7 out of 10, and the whole time it's good. It's nothing, anything above good. It's good. And sometimes that's all you need. Like singularity. Like most people consider that a 7. I'd probably put it a little bit higher than that, but a lot of people consider that a 7 out of 10. The Mad Max game, some people consider that a 7 out of 10. There's some good ass 7 out of 10s. Just Cause 2 is great. That's more than a 7. But I would definitely agree Just Cause 3 is a 7. Unity, definitely a 7 from what I played. Ghost Recon didn't play, so I can't really say. Ghost Recon Wildlands. So, let's get to it. Let's check this out, baby. Let's go. Link in the description. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, play.
I just spent 60 hours playing a game that I don't think is actually very good.
Worship?
Ghost Recon Wildlands was pretty universally seen as a 7 out of 10 back when it came out in 2017 out of 10. The writing is among the worst of any game I have ever played. The voice acting comes across as like a middle schooler's idea of what they think sounds cool.
Oh, yeah, it's sick, bro.
The American
to be fair, that's Tom Clancy.
Fantasy of hunting down a Bolivian drug cartel by blowing up tangos everywhere you go is problematic, to say the least. So why did I...
No, it's not. Shoot them all.
...play this game so much? Because kids sometimes, at the end of the day, Daddy doesn't always want the cautiously prepared 5-star Gordon Ramsay dinner, all right?
Sometimes he
wants Pizza Hut.
Oh, no. All right. No, Pizza Hut slop. That's like a 2 out of 10.
Comfort trash. It might not be good for your brain, but spin me
Dead Island.
around.
Dead Island 2. I would say it's a more than a 7, but if someone said it was a 7, I wouldn't disagree.
Call me dead or alive.
That was Dead
Island 1. Baseball. Holy shit.
Yo!
I do like sports. Typically deemed 7 out of 10s are often capable of scratching more than 7. A specific itch. An itch that those esteemed 10 out of 10 hold forward while your character shimmies through a tight crack.
Right? Yeah, it's a chart 4. Okay.
Can't quite scratch. The only thing they scratching is that tight crack on their ass. The best 7 out of 10 might not the landing, but hey, at least it's trying out some cool new trick. Don't worry about the haters, brother. I gotcha. 7s walk so that 10s can steal.
I Am Alive, yo. I Am Alive, so good. I like I Am Alive a lot.
Don't worry about the haters, brother. I gotcha.
Nice 4-hour game.
So that 10s can steal their mechanics later and win a bunch of awards. That's why 6 scare of 7, not because they not. Take the Just Cause series made by Avalanche.
That's why they say that. That's a good one. Wait, hold on. Did I screw this up? Why is there like black bars? Or is that in his videos? No, that's just me stupid. There you go. Hold on. Sorry. Pardon my dust. There you go. That's better.
Real solid 7 out of 10 games. Do people like them because they're polished? Are you blind?
I would say Just Cause 2 is an 8. I really like Just Cause 2, and I thought like all the mechanics are really good.
Are you here right now? Is he stand up or is he in your chair right now? People love the physics-based sandbox.
Oh yeah, I totally get that reference.
Explosions and creativity and gliders and scratches chin, ponders. What's in like every game in the past 5 years? Perchance it's gliders, my lord. What?
Yeah, what are those games selling? We got some dog shit. Who cares? All these games suck. They're not as good as Ghost.
Wildlands is borderline race car most of the time, so that's pretty rough. But if you ignore all that stuff, it's also a gorgeous, massive sandbox of opportunity that grants you so much freedom in how you want to pursue your objectives. And you can play it with your friends. And surprise, surprise, it's made by the undisputed king of the 7 out of 10 open world game, Ubisoft. Who the fuck you calling soft, brother? You're the soft one. Matter of fact, you be making me soft with that fugly ass ball of yours. Say you're sorry. Say you're sorry. We often give Ubisoft... We're a bunch of...
did you play Far Cry 3? I was definitely not soft during that game. What's her name? Citra? Damn, bro.
crap for what they do, and And yeah,
So I wish I had
honestly,
that out.
we should. They do a lot of dumb shit. Ubisoft Connect can connect its foot to my ass. Wait, scratch that.
No, strike that. Reverse.
Reverse it. But the shit.
They could shove it in my mouth.
You're
It's
a
a
mountain of
reverse.
solid
I could put my fist up their ass. Wait, hold on,
sevens
not
and
fist.
eight-
That would be the reverse of a foot. That would be.
That they consistently squat out that then go on to influence much better games is frankly astounding.
Oh,
Is the AI going to be smart? Am I going to be smart? I'll give you a hint. The answer is the same. Are the animations going to be polished? Does a bear shit in a Ubisoft outpost? No. Well, sometimes they do. There are bears in Far Cry. Scratch that. Reverse it. Is your companion going to ask you to take the vehicle off of sweet jumps even when it's a helicopter? I don't know. Let's ask one of our genius tango operators over here.
This ride ain't all bad.
Shit, give me a beer and I'll pretend we're back home off the coast of Myrtle Beach.
Still think they're 22 or something?
Nah, I'm just looking to hook up with 22-year-olds.
What do you know? Say the line about the fucking jumps, you creep. But now let's compare.
Well, how old is he? He's 23.
Ubisoft
Well, all right,
world
fair
to
enough.
a 10 out of 10 open world like GTA 5. Can you tackle objectives?
Red Dead
however
Redemption
you
2 I
want?
will use, but I know he hates it. So he hates Red Dead Redemption 2. He thinks it's awful. Yeah, sometimes your favorite YouTuber's wrong. Sometimes they're really wrong, like very wrong, illegally wrong.
Give you a hint. The answer is no.
By the way, he doesn't hate Red Dead Redemption 2 before every comments that.
But is it way more deep? Whatever you want, I'll give you a hint. The answer is no. But is it way more detailed and polished and generally functional? Yes.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah,
also way
definitely.
more accessible to a mass audience because, like many other prestige 10 out of 10 games, it practically plays itself. And people go, whoa, this is just like a movie. I get to hold forward and lock on to dudes. This definitely isn't just ripping off Michael Mann's Heat. 10 out of 10.
That's why I really enjoyed Stellar Blade. Like, I know, do boobies and stuff. Besides, like, a couple finisher moves for some of the bosses and some of the jumps you make, like, but where you do have to still, like, press a button. It's a context sensitive. Most of the game is just play. There's not a lot of moments where you're just walking around, and whenever it does do that, it's to show you a cool visual or to show off its soundtrack, which, by the way, the score, the soundtrack in that is near levels good. And I mean near the game franchise.
Ubisoft's quality standard is vastly inferior. That's not my point. Most people are going to enjoy GTA 5 as a product way more.
Most game studios are inferior compared to Rockstar when it comes to open world.
Justifiably.
Like, the only one I would consider up there is like a Zelda, really. Like, or I guess Skyrim. I don't know. I wouldn't say Starfield. I guess Fallout 4 is pretty good.
But I guess my dumbass point is that a critic score does not always
Yo,
tell
Prototype's sick. Yeah, I saw the
the
Prototype.
full story of exactly what an experience entails and what might appeal to you. And also in Heat, Al Pacino says,
Great ass! Hoo-ha!
NakeyJakey's in defense of the 7 out of 10
She got a great ass!
games has a couple interesting points that are sadly buried underneath
Wait,
a
hold on.
wealth
There's a
of
booby
poop
lady.
and fart jokes.
What?
A 7 out of 10. Hi, I'm Jakey and Jakey.
Oh, yeah, the Jakey Law.
Thanks to Opera GX for sponsoring this video. My attention span is fucked. I need multiple screens in front of my eyes at all times so I can keep the darkness away. But anytime my current browser is open during my gaming time, my gaming performance is awful. But not with Opera GX. GX control.
Yeah, I need to shift over to Opera GX.
lets
It
you
seems
limit
like a
the amount
better
of CPU and
browser.
RAM that your browser gets to use during your gamer time. Just look at how much
So
nicer
good.
Opera GX is to your CPU and RAM
Wow,
versus the
it's
other.
so nicey. Thank you.
I hate when my browser is boring and looks like this. Opera GX has the GX store, which has GX mods. There's so
It's
many
got Berserk.
wacky, kooky mods,
Oh, it's got Josh Barbalin.
including the official NakeyJakey one that has its
Oh,
own
that's the
background
official
music, keyboard sounds, opening and
You
closing.
sure that's the official one? What do you type?
Official NakeyJakey one that has its own background music, keyboards,
How do I stop crying so
Mouse,
goddamn
opening-
much?
and closing of tabs.
Just showed a picture of a gun.
Sounds, theme, and colors of the browser, dedicated wallpaper. You can also disable and enable individual mods on the mods menu located on the sidebar. Opera GX also has a quick
I just
import.
want to get to my porno. Like, what the fuck? I have to like do a mini game, like a BioShock mini game to do it. What the fuck is
tool
it?
that lets you quickly
hard.
import all of your stuff from your previous browser, like browsing history, bookmarks, and cookies, on over to Opera GX. It's also compatible with every Google Chrome
So
extension.
you can move your bookmarks over. Good, because I have a whole folder full of Cut that part out. I didn't say that. Anyway, gay porn. Ah, fuck! No, I have a bunch of reaction things. Like, I have a reaction folder that's, like, literally, like, a couple hundred things in there of things that was suggested. And I would hate to... I mean, I guess I could just keep Firefox and just go there and look at the list and like, oh, we'll do this and whatever. But if you could just bring all your bookmarks over, I wonder how Opera GX will look at a guy. God damn! Hundreds of bookmarks. I mean, that's probably not too crazy. Some people have hundreds of tabs open. So, I mean, me having hundreds of bookmarks might not be that big of a deal.
Ex-wife is apparently compatible with everyone except me. Use my special link down below to download Opera GX
She's compatible
today.
with me.
In summary, this transition back to the main part of the video was pretty smooth, but ultimately plagued by my untimely divorce. A heartbreak out of 10. Take Middle-earth Shadow of War. Most critics reviewed this game lower than the first one, with a lot of 7 out of 10.
I didn't know it was a 75, damn.
But ask anyone who's played both games, and they'll likely tell you how much better of a game Shadow of War is.
Yeah.
This Metacritic score may as well be ancient hieroglyphics to them, and they are not...
Like, the gameplay is better and the story is better, but I think the reason why it got dropped so much is because of the, like, you had to, like... Isn't there, like, a point where it blocks you out of the rest of the content? You have to, like, grind a bunch or some shit. That might be a reason why.
Shadow
and also, there might be some critics that said, like, oh, it didn't really innovate enough or something. Maybe, I don't know.
This Metacritic score may as well be ancient hieroglyphics to them, and they are not Tomb Raider, Crody. They cannot read that. The Nemesis system is vastly superior in Shadow of War, which I think alone makes it a much more worthwhile experience to spend your limited gamer hours on before you inevitably die. But also, take this all with the fattest grain of salt, because this is all coming from a guy...
Yo, that grain of salt. Fat.
That typically does not give a shit about most video game stories. And the reason for that, I'm gonna keep it real with you, Chief. LOL, remember that one? In my personal experience, I think a lot of, especially AAA video game stories, are some pretty droll, uninspired garbage.
I would say 95%. You know what? I always hear that thing, especially like even when Roger Ebert was still around and he was like, oh, video games aren't art. And a lot of people agreed because, you know, the stories are stupid and stuff. But there's a lot of movies out there with dog shit stories. A lot of them. Now, there's probably more movies. I would even say in the last, like, 40 years when games are, like, prevalent. You know, I'll say last 20 years because that's when, like, game stories really started to pick up. 25 years. I would say there's way more movies that have better stories than games. Yes, 100%. It's not really fair to compare because games are way harder to make than a movie. Because you can make a movie... I mean, not saying it's hard. It's not hard to make a movie. It's just... I know definitely it's harder to make a game. Because you can actually do a movie relatively quick and with a decent story. You know, obviously like a big budget action movie, no. Like a John Wick, no. Even though those don't have much of stories anyway. But like you can have like the Father style story, you know, the Anthony Hopkins movie. Even though I'm sure that was probably a pain to shoot considering what it's about. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. You can make a good movie with a good script and all that in the span of a year, where most games take way longer than that. So,
featuring like the most insipid millennial-ass writing ever, and I do not hesitate to.
Borderlands 3. I'm glad you showed Borderlands 3 there.
A cutscene, and if I don't even have,
because Borderlands 3 gameplay is great, and every time they talk, and they did some things with some characters, I'm like, why the fuck did you do that? Like, why? Like, people have been waiting, 7 years for a new Borderlands game, and then you do that to certain characters. I'm like, what the fuck?
The option to skip a cutscene, that's an immediate C sanitary rating for come on. Which is an interesting thing when it comes to reviews, right? One critic is going to place way more importance
needs to have turtles. Needs good. Needs to have
weight on certain qualities versus another critic. Story being a huge
4 hours? Blue?
Point of contention for many. So Shadow of War gets a lot of lower scores than Shadow of Mordor because of a shitty story and bloated size. Yeah, I don't give a shit about that stuff because it's not why I'm here. I'm here to kill funny orcs. I'm not here to 100% every game I play. Get a job.
Yeah, I'm so sick of like trying to... I always look at every piece of content in every game. I'm just like... I want you nervous, like a panic attack. I'm like, I can't do much. I can't. I'm sorry, Stellar Blade. Yeah, those side missions were okay, but like, I don't really care to find your grandma's like bracelet. Okay, fuck them. That's not a side mission in Stellar, but still. I'm like, especially like in Stellar Blade, most of the time when you do that, it's just like, we found the thing. They're dead. Oh well. Would you like to go back to to the client? Okay, and they go back and they're like, yeah, they're dead, lol, and they're like, no. Anyway, here's money. The fuck was the point of me doing it? Like, sometimes you'll get a cool side boss, I'll give it that, but
Engineers, this actually sort of is my job. Obviously, in a perfect world, you should get great gameplay and story, but if you realistically don't expect a Tarantino-level screenplay every time you boot up your Xbox 5,
that's the best controller ever.
Suddenly,
I like the middle analog stick.
a lot of those 7s are actually starting to look like 8ers or 9ers. Hey, yo, 9er,
20ers.
392. Dying Light is such a fun and unique blend
Whoa,
of fluid movement and zombie combat, and it absolutely nails both of those core features. It just feels really good to play.
It does feel
but
really
check
good.
the critical reviews, and it's a lot of 7s, pointing out a shitty story, which it is, with shitty characters, which they are, and repetitive story objectives lacking real player motivation, which they do if it's good. Your main reason for playing the game is the riveting story. If you're here to kill zombies and be terrified while running around nighttime with your friends,
dude, the nighttime shit was scary.
There's an icon on the map saying, "Come get y'all juice." Okay, but now look at Dying Light 2, which also received a lot of 7s. I mean, honestly, it's a lot of the same reasons as the first game. But for me, 2 was a disappointment.
Wow, the voice acting got criticized? Oh, whoa.
7s. I mean,
Is that what I
honestly,
said? Criticizing the story, specifically the voice acting, right? Well, I thought the voice acting would have been fine. It's perhaps the worst I've heard in a video game of this scale. Wow. Isn't Rosario Dawson in that too? I'm sure she's fine. Oh, she's fine.
It's a lot of the same reasons as the first game. But for me, 2 was a disappointment for different reasons. The satisfying ragdolls from the first game were just fully absent, and it just didn't feel as good to kill zombies in
Yeah, I heard that.
Which
is funny because in the... I know I'm pausing a lot. Whatever. Like, get over it. But, like... some people get upset about it. I don't care. Like, even the advertisement for this, like, I remember the first reveal for this game back in, like, whatever, 2018, I think. They didn't really focus on the zombies almost at all. They talked about it, they showed a trailer, and then I think they teased, like, also, there's zombies. And then this is like, yeah, Dying Light. I figured it would be zombies, but, like, they didn't really talk about it. So, like, I just assumed they were, like, moving on. They wanted it to be more about the humans, which I keep hearing there's a lot more humans in this than there were in the past ones. I didn't play it because I heard it wasn't great, and I was just like, I don't have time for it. It looks really fun, but if I hear it's not that great and it's about the same, then maybe I'll just leave it off there. And I did play Dead Island 2, though. So, Dead Island 2 is a much shorter game, to be fair. So.
Cool jumps. I do so like very much love a cool jump.
I do like a cool jump.
That's why
I mean,
the
parkour is pretty
here
fun.
To find out what happens to generic 20-something male game protagonist who mysteriously sounds like every other 20-something male game protagonist in every game ever.
When he started talking in the trailer, I was like, Troy Baker? I'm like, no, it's not.
I love skateboarding.
Even though he's not 20
I also love
something,
games
but
that have a high skill ceiling and take some time to master. You know, like Super Smash Bros. Melee or Big Buck Hunter Arcade.
Hell yeah!
Texture pack. So you take a skate simulator like
you didn't download the texture
or
pack.
Session, both games that reviewed very poorly. I mean, I'm talking more like 5 or 6 out of 10.
Wow, I thought Session got better reviews than that. I didn't realize that.
Because of the price, the bugs, the difficulty, the lack of a true single-player campaign, all totally valid reasons. But at the same time, I have played them this much.
Whoa, that's a lot of time.
And I have deduced that Session...
You haven't played it in like 2 months, though. What the fuck?
Is actually the much better game.
Yeah, because that's a real skate sim, for sure. I played it, and I didn't really like it because I didn't realize it was a skate sim until I started playing. It was on, like, Game Pass, I think, or something. It was free somewhere.
Man's Trash is another man's virtual tech deck that I can play for hours and hours on end, giving myself my own objectives.
I like the fisheye lens.
Much like a baby that just took your phone and found the settings app. At the end of the day... What even is a review score but an arbitrary number that some person online just chose?
That's why.
Yeah, I know that's right. What?
That's why I like watching like longer discussion videos about stuff, or like if they're like one of my favorite places is doing a podcast and they're talking about games in that podcast. I'm like, you know, I want to listen to that. I do look at Rotten Tomatoes and stuff, but I also read the reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. I could just do Rotten Tomatoes whenever I do the first reviews or Metacritic, and that's it. I guess I could do that, but I'm not really getting much info there when I just do that. I want to read the reviews. I want to read some negative, some positive, and sometimes I read some mixed ones. So unless it's like really negative, then I guess it's mostly just negative reviews I'm reading, or positive.
This is so deeply rooted in our caveman brains to assign rankings to everything and pit everything.
I don't mind rankings. That's always fun. Just it gives people an idea of how you feel about certain things throughout the year. Like if I do a top 10 of the year, then it also gives me a chance to like shout out some games and tell you how much I like them. So maybe like maybe not a top 10, but just like my 10 favorite games, not in any order or something. And then maybe I'll say like, this is my favorite game of them all or something. But I don't know my rankings.
Tier lists.
Tier lists are fun.
10 lists. Restaurants, movies, video games, people. Are you a 7?
Paul Rudd is fucking beautiful.
Out of 10? Am I a 7 out of 10?
I'm nowhere near a 7 out of 10. I'm like
this video
30 out of 1,000.
The title isn't even an original thought. This person wrote about the exact same concept before I did.
Easy Allies talks about 7 out of 10s all the time. They call it swimming in 7s.
This person wrote about it before they did. Are we all just doing
Deadly Premonition's a 10, by the way.
and saying the same?
I would say, was it Jim Sterling that gave it a really high score? Shout out to Jim Sterling for that one.
Same things? Does any of this even matter? Are we purely defined by the numbers that assess us? This video gets less views. This video gets more views. YouTube won't let me forget the numbers, Mason. Nothing is real, Mason. What's the point of anything if it's all actually mid? Maybe we should all just play Wildlands in this bar. Yeah, that sounds good. But maybe the magic was lurking in the mid all along.
In the mid?
Is the beauty of our daily lives actually sourced?
Two pairs, wow.
Moments we deem
Never seen two pairs that close.
Unexceptional.
Hypercom?
Maybe the truly exceptional moments are the ones special, individually unique to us. The things that we like. Even if this one chronically online yoga ball gamer said it made them want to Ubisoft connect their foot to ass. Maybe everything was a 7 all along. I'd be okay with that. A 7 feels most accurate when reviewing our collective experience on this blue orb. It's mostly good, with a little bit of trash sprinkled on top for good measure. A 7 out of 10.
I like that review. Trackless is great, full band support, mostly good, little bit of trash.
And I'm okay with that. Thank you for watching my video, brought to you by Ball Creative. First merch drop pre-orders should be shipping out
that's his
this
thing.
video at the time of this video going up, so expect that. Comment your favorite 7 out of 10s. Oh my god, he's gonna do it again. Is he here right now? Is he stand up or is he in your chair right now? Comment below, rate, subscribe, fuck that bell up.
Oh, I'm gonna fuck it up.
I'm
gonna lick a bell.
Dress up. Is he here right now? Is he stand up or is he in your chair right now?
Wait, I did watch the NPCs in video games one. When did that come out? Sorry, hold on. I'll let him finish in a second. I just need to see. I watched this one for sure. 8 months ago. Okay, well.
That out of the way. Truffle butter on the pussy. I'll eat it in the morning.
That fucking clips at the end. All right, that was a good video. I agree. What's my favorite 7 out of 10 though? I need a comment. I could be cool. Oh man, it's like what I would consider a 7 out of 10. See, like if you give me an experience that I love, it's hard for me to be able to be so critical of it. You know what I mean? Like if I had a great time throughout the entire game, even if there's like bugs and things I should like, bad audio, if the game was super fun, I never not enjoyed a moment, then I can't give a 7 in my eye. I mean, I know if I was like on IGN or something, I would have to be more critical, obviously. But for me, I'm not. So. Oh man, it's hard. Some people would consider like Enslaved Odyssey to the West a 7. I wouldn't. I love that game. I think the combat's really good. I think the story's excellent. Voice acting's great. Graphics for the time especially were fucking fantastic. Fuck. I don't know. I'm looking around my room seeing if I have like an idea. What's my favorite 7 out of 10? I have a lot of 7 out of 10s I really, really like. Princess Peach was a pretty good 7 out of 10 that came out recently. I like that one. It's not my favorite though. It's not my favorite. I really don't have one. I really have to think about it. Like Dead Island, I really enjoyed. I'm talking about the first one now. I would say is a 7 out of 10, maybe even lower, honestly. But I really enjoyed that at the time. What is everyone else's favorite 7 out of 10? That's a great question. I would have to think about it more. That's really important to me. 7 out of 10. It's an important question. I must reflect. scratch his chin, ponders. Oh, how did he get up here? It's my favorite joke in Family Guy. Last of Us. No, I'm just kidding. That game's great. No, it's not.